without a doubt, without a doubt, without exception, anybody who has any sentience, any idea of what's going on in the world knows that Curtis Sliwa was hosed in this election. That this is rigged, that everything is rigged, that the debate in particular was probably the worst ever. It was like a bunch of school kids whose idea of a debate is make sure you get all these questions in. These questions are so deep and so important and so critical. Make sure you do this. Make sure you get all of these questions in because we got to get the questions in. Move on to the next one, even though you have the chance to finally find out what this is about. We have an absolute child, some imposter, someone who is, for reasons I don't understand, being given the opportunity, given the chance to run for office. He's a sock puppet put in power, lined up by someone. We don't know if it's the usual suspects, if it's Soros or whatever. You know, that everybody always goes to Soros. We just don't know. And the bottom line is he says things that are, let me give you the best example. This is probably the best example of the most stupid thing I have ever heard, ever, that anybody's ever said. Okay? When asked, listen to me to follow this. Just follow me on this one. When asked, what is the basis? What is the reason? What are you suggesting represents the reason why you would advocate, of all things, this is important, free busing, free bus, free transportation, free. He said to ensure or to protect those individuals, the bus drivers themselves. He said this. He said this. Mamdani said, listen to me. This is all you need to know. This is all you need to know. He has to, and he wants to worry. He's worried about the bus driver safety. And by the way, we all should, because those are great, great people who keep everything going, and God bless them for what they do. But what we're seeing here, what is so incredible, is that imagine the following. You're on the 131, the M25, or crosstown, or wherever it is, and you're at the beginning of the route. Let's say it goes from west to east, crosstown. And normally, everybody who's on it pays the fee. Oh, there are some people who slide, but they pay the fare, the bus fare. Whether you used to have tokens, now they have Easy Pass, whatever you want to call it, Metro card. Now, everybody's going to jump on it. Every degenerate, every freak, every lunatic, every Rikers Island reject, I was watching something, every bonneted LaFonda. That's terrible, but I love this new iteration of urban insanity. The bonnet-wearing gargoyle from some planet. In any event, you're going to have buses teeming with people, just pouring on, fights, crowded, elderly, handicapped, people unable, special seating. There's special seating in the front for the bus for people who are handicapped or elderly. Oh no. Every jerk off, every lunatic, every entitled fiend is going to absolutely destroy everything involving this notion of law and order. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? It's the most incredible thing anybody's ever seen. This is what he's saying, and nobody from Channel 4 or these other people. I mean, we've lost our mind. Bus drivers are now going to have to contend with teams of teens, thugs, miscreants, losers, vagrants, pond scum, vermin, people who say, I'm just going to jump on this. I want to go on the bus for free now. In fact, many of them would jump on the bus for free anyway, We've got, fair jumpers. It's insanity. You're not going to have anybody be on the bus from the first round. It's insanity. Curtis Sliwa didn't wear his beret. Why? Why? What in the name of God was he thinking when he didn't wear his beret? Curtis, what are you doing? I don't recognize him without the beret. Literally. I'm not just saying that. And before, at least he had that he had the kind of like that lobotomy. It was not a lobotomy, but this scar from the sun and the back. That's apparently been washed away. So he looks even more like, he actually looks like a skinnier Brian Dennehy. Okay? I've known him for 32 years. 30 and I don't recognize it. What he needs to do, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to me. Listen. By the way, Hillbilly's got a good point. They're going to be living on the buses. They won't get off the bus. They're going to live in. You're going to have squatters. This is insanity. The one thing, the one plan of them all, the one that is so emblematic. All right, that notwithstanding. Then we have something else which is interesting. Then we have the idea of these children pretending to be news people from Channel 4. And then, I'm going to tell you, the first hour was so-so. The second hour picked up a little bit later. And guess what? People didn't see it because it was online. And a lot of folks don't know how to find things. Laura Loomer had it, happened to just catch it, tuned in her. She carried it. Other people carried it. Do you understand what's happening? This is a non-issue. Curtis Sliwa doesn't have a chance. I understand, believe it or not, because of the fact this is not a Republican city. Ronald Reagan, Donald Trump, nobody. Kamala did 70, 80%. It's not your worth. Ronald Reagan wouldn't have won. And nobody even had the guts to bring up Donald Trump. Now, Curtis can't stand Trump. Trump can't stand him. And Curtis hates Cuomo. And they hate each other with a passion. So you have that internecine battle. But these stupid journalists asking, and what's your favorite? Are you the Knicks or the whatever? What Curtis should do, and I'm telling you, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I am saying. Okay? This is what he should have done. Who agrees with me? There was not one moment that was YouTube viral worthy. Can you think of any? I can't. Nope. Curtis should have pulled up and said, here, let me show you something. When he was killed or shot by the Gaudis, as was testified to, those were kill shots, multiple shots, close range. I don't know how he went from the back seat to the front. Who knows? He should have been killed. And I was listening one day to, who was it? Mikey Scars at AJ. He says, well, Curtis, he ran his mouth. You're going to kill somebody because, this is what? Huh? What? Anyway. Curtis was so shot and so damaged. His intestines, he was just shattered. He had resected colons. He went through a living hell. The Crohn's, the colitis. He would sometimes be on the studio. And by the way, the studio, anybody who's been to a radio station knows that the studio itself, the floor from years of cigarettes and God knows what, and coffee, and he was in a fetal ball, unable. This is one tough character, writhing in agony. The pains like daggers from his intestinal tract. God knows what. Shot, blasted, cut, resected, shortened, lengthened. Finally, he's been rendered. I'm not going to go through his own particular thing, but he talks about it all the time. He should pull up his shirt and say, "Here, can any of you match this?" Zoran, you're a kid. You're barely 34 years old. You've never done anything. I know what this is about. Out of all the people, you're the only lunatic they could find, the only commie, liberal, whatever it is, they could need you. And Cuomo, you've never had a job either. He was a housing. He's been in government the whole time. He's a lech. Let me tell you something. When a man takes advantage of people beneath him, people who are lower than him, in the phylogenetic tree of his whatever word, that is not a man. That is a predator. A grown man. There are people, young women, girls, could be your sister, your daughter. They want to go work for the government, and you're using your position to tower over them, to hold their jobs, to scare them. Is that the way you get your jollies? You know, years ago they talked about whether he had nipple rings or barbell studs in his nipples. I don't know. It kind of looked like it, but I can't tell anything about it. The Cuomos are the worst. He and that Fredo brother of his, they're pathetic. And the only reason anybody wants to vote for him, first of all, we had a moron. We had a monosyllabic, gibberish, spewing retard by the name of Eric Adams, who defined stupid. Every time he spoke, I died. I died. Is he it? He had one of the most corrupt organizations. If you saw the people in his police department, I couldn't tell the thugs and the street vermin from the cops. He was no good. He lied about where he lived. He lived in Fort Lee. He's a bullshit artist, and he's retarded. And I'm sorry. I'm all for teaching people how to get, basic minimal job skills, but not as my mayor. So he's out of there. It's ridiculous, this corrupt moron, this Boeotian. Then you've got Cuomo. Any man who does that, anybody who takes advantage, you're the governor. Remember Sandra Lee? When she had, was it breast surgery or something? He took a picture for the. Look, I don't want to comment. There's one thing I know. You don't know about people's relationships, and you don't know, so you don't comment. But this guy's creepy. He's just no good. He's not even campaigning. I don't even think Cuomo has a campaign office. I think he just feels entitled. Because here's what they're saying. Everybody's saying, Curtis, drop out because you're not going to win. Okay, I can see that. But they're basically pretending like Cuomo is. The only thing is he's not Mamdani. And he might stop because people are stupid enough to forget the fact that he killed, 5,000 elderly? In elderly homes during COVID? He basically destroyed the parole board. No cash bail. He gave us this goddamn congestion pricing. It's the worst. And they won him. Curtis Sliwa is not going to win. Could not win. But he's the best. And I know why people are pissed off. I wish anybody but Mamdani. This is a prehistoric shark's tooth. This is it. I would vote for this over Zoran Mamdani. So the Bill Ackman and a lot of the leaders are saying, listen, Cuomo's the only guy who can do it. Cuomo's the only guy who can stop this. This son of a bitch. So they're going to vote for Cuomo, or they're going to ask. And they're saying to Curtis, Curtis, what are you doing? Is he being kind of selfish? Yeah. I mean, unless he just says, "Screw you," I'm not gonna be pushed around anymore. He's hurting this, because if there's any way to stop this, and as much as I love Curtis, he's got to drop out. I'd vote for an onion ring over this guy. So you could say whatever you want, and I understand. You go, and every morning, oh my God, we have this. I go on at 1. My colleague, my good friend Dominic Carter, been a journalist in New York City for years, one of the deans of true New York journalism. He loses his mind, and I can't blame him. He said, Curtis is not going to win, but he's the wonderful, he's the better candidate. God damn it. I mean, he didn't say that. It has nothing to do with it. People think that just because Curtis is the best guy, and somehow that's going to translate. It doesn't work like that. There were people who wanted to vote for Biden when he was walking around shitting in his pants, incontinent, yelling, "Who ordered the veal cutlet?" They wanted him. And speaking of retardates, you've got what's her name? Kamala. They wanted her. People that I know, professors and lawyers and doctors, the smart people, wanted this logo lalic word salad lunatic over Trump. I lost trying to figure that out. Do you hear what I'm saying? I lost that. So that's, excuse me, that's the way that is. I had some wonderful, by the way, I had some pulled noodles before with jackfruit and a spicy concoction from this hand-pulled Thai place. Oh, my God. Whew. Man, wonderful, wonderful food. But I digress. 2 things to mention, my dear friends. Number 1, preparewithlionel.com. Have you been hearing what Alex Jones, the great Alex Jones is saying? And he's been preparing false flags and problems. Black universities, black churches. There's going to be a race war. They are just telling you. They're going after ICE. They're going to kill an ICE agent. I hate it to be saying it, but it's going to be true. And all hell's going to break loose. And the shit is going to hit the fan. Because that's the only thing these people know how to do. And nobody's gonna bend your arm. Nobody's gonna say, "Hey, listen, do me a favor. You gotta buy this. If you don't want to have food, I can't help you. It's you don't have to. It's free will. It's free speech. It's free whatever. But it's gonna happen, my friends. And you were gonna thank God that you listened to me and our friends at preparewithlionel.com. That's all I'm going to say. That's not, if you don't have a week, I would say a month, but all right, even a week, 7 days for you and your spouse and your kids. Shame on you, because it's coming, my friends. I don't know. It's coming. And speaking of which, they're trying to take Alex out, and they're trying to take Mike Lindell out. In both cases, too, default cases, default liability, meaning they just lost, and they had to prove, basically, the issue becomes not whether he was liable. The issue became, basically, how much do they have to pay? That's it. They want this guy, Mike Lindell, they want him, in terms of his business side, they want him dead. They want to do the same thing for Alex. The war is over. I mean, the war has begun. The sanity is over. So once you go to mypillow.com, promo code Lionel. And what do you get for your quote donation? The best pillows, toppers, slippers. The slippers, they sell more of. mypillow.com, promo code Lionel. mypillow.com/Lionel. That's it. Help these people. Support them. He has supported us since day one. Now listen, I'm worried about you. Because I'm telling you, I know some of you folks you are tired of this bullshit. You cannot, you keep talking about this. I mean, you must be. Do you ever find yourself thinking, I can't believe this? I can't believe this. Can you imagine telling let's say your late parents, if they are no longer with us, or grandpa and grandpa, can you imagine explaining, hey, how did you how did you take care of our country that we left you? Hey, all you World War II folks, guess what we got? We got a guy named Zoran Mamdani. People are going to be living in buses. Living in buses in New York City. They're going after Chicago, they're going after LA, and they're going to come after your little town too. Bug Tussle and Hooterville, they're coming for you too, my friends. This is war. Who's with me? This is war. Are you in it? Are you tough enough? You're not going to go squirrely on us, are you? You're not going to flake out, are you? I know this is tough, but we need you. We need you front and center in this war to support and to preserve our republic. Are you with me? Are you with me? Don't flake out on us. Don't go crazy. I know it's tough. I know it's tough, but it doesn't matter. We're going to get through this, okay? Right? We are going to get through this, whether you like it or not. God damn it. All right, dear, great and beautiful and glorious and delicious friends, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you. Speaking of support, look at this. Hillbilly 55. Look at him. He's been a member of the nation for 22 months. God bless you. You're a good man, Hill. You're a good man. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, okay? All right, my friends. You have a great and a glorious night. It's Friday night for me. I don't go in tonight. This is my recovery day. How about that Ace Frehley, huh? They're dropping like flies. He hit his head or something. Wow. Wow. All right, my friends. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And by the way, before we go, give us a run through of where you're from. Give us a run through. Let's just look at this. A run through. Where are you from? Give us an idea of your city and your town. Come on, tell us. Where are you from? It's that simple. Just to give people an idea. It's the most incredible thing in the world. Look at this. Look at this. It's the most wonderful thing. I'm going to wait for a little bit. Look at this. Port Ludlow, Washington. North Carolina. There's a Carolina girl. Ozark. I want to hear cities. Don't say Carolina. Don't say North Carolina. Just say, oh no, look at Tasmania. Forget the city there. We don't care. Melbourne. Look at this. Melbourne. Maria Day. God bless you, Aussies. God bless you. Look what they're doing to your beautiful country. Look what they're doing to your place. Look at this. Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia. I love it. Tromaville. That sounds like Traumaville, New Jersey. High Point, North Carolina. There you go. Port Orange, Florida. That's right. Look at this. This is so wonderful. And I'm here now speaking to you. It's about 54 degrees. It's cool. Colder than a well digger's ass and a witch's tit. Remember that one? I have no idea what that means or what. Well digger's ass is my favorite. It's my mother's favorite expression. I love that. All right, dear friends, look at it. Cuevitas, Texas, Reginaldo Villalon, Orlando. Look at this. Mississauga, Canada. Wonderful. All right, my friend. And by Robert Johnson says 73. Robert's going to tell us how old he is. Not going to tell us where he lives. He's going to tell us how old he is. That's all that matters. You know, that's the way Bobby is. Bobby Joe Johnson. All right, my friends. You have a great, great, great night. We love you to death. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, God bless America. Pray for us, and we'll pray for you, whatever the hell that means. All right, dear friends. Talk to you soon. Don't forget, the monkey's dead. Show's over. Sue you. Dad.